What the heck? Time to record a video. Oh, it's definitely time to record a video. Top 5 TV shows I mentioned 2020. Let's do it.
Nerd.
What is up, guys? It's me, it's Caroline, and it's finally the end of 2020. We did it. We made it to the end. There's only a few days left, and we got this. Although we all know the zombies round 2 thing is gonna happen at midnight, but it's fine. We're gonna do this. We're going into 2021. Of course, look back on the big thing we all did during 2020, which was binge TV shows and movies and read books, because what else did we have to do? I'm gonna go break down my top 5. My top 1 is going to shock you because I've never actually talked about it on Nerd Culture or anywhere, because not many people know the show, and it's actually the only show this year that I made sure I watched the day it premiered, because it's not a Netflix show. But right now we're gonna get into it. Let's go, weird computer thing above my head, because apparently that's how we're doing this video today. Okay, let's see. Oh god, this you see, when I sat down to make my list, I forgot about some of these. Oh goodness, I don't know which one to pick. Okay, let's just go with this guy. My number 5 is going to be Outer Banks. Why Outer Banks, you ask? Outer Banks just took the first few weeks of quarantine by storm, of course behind Tiger King, which Tiger King is not on this list. I have never seen Tiger King. I've talked about Outer Banks before in my top 5 what to binge watch during quarantine video. You can go see my full reaction and review to Outer Banks over in that video, which is going to be, you know, probably right there if you want to go click that. Outer Banks follows John B and his friends as they find the legendary treasure that is linked to his father's disappearance, you know, in Outer Banks, North Carolina. The show is very much like a modern day Goonies. Great show, great treasure hunt, and is not just a teenage drama. I hate when people are like, oh, I haven't seen it because it's just a stupid teenage show. I'm like, no! It's so much more than that. If you're older and you're like, oh my god, it's another teen show. No, go watch it. Absolutely go watch it. I 100% endorse it. Oh no, not this again. Again, there's so many good shows I saw this year. It's so hard to pick just 5. But I'm gonna have to, and not to drag this on any longer, let's go with this guy. Teenage Bounty Hunters. Teenage Bounty Hunters is a show that I have not talked about yet, and I really wish I made a video on it. I just did not have the time when I first watched it. Of course, another Netflix show. Why wouldn't I not do another Netflix show? Because me and Netflix have a special bond other than the one thing we don't talk about. Teenage Bounty Hunters is again one of those stereotypical shows that has the stigma of, oh, it's a teenage show. Like, of course it's a teenage show. It has teenage in the title. Oh my god, it's so much more than that. And I said that about Outer Banks. I'm going to say it about this show. The dry humor and the comedy and the, absolute insanity that is this show. Oh, stereotypical religious girls. They're so good. They're so, ooh. And then they take the plot of, oh my god, wait, no, they're bad girls, and spin it on its head to the fact that these girls who are oh, so good, so amazing, end up being bounty hunters. It's the most insane plot I've ever heard of, and they execute it so well. And I want to give a quick shout out to the writers of that show, because it's not written in your typical, you know, crime drama fashion. It's fun, and it's fast-paced. You can definitely sit down and watch it in one sitting. So, I'm about to make another Netflix video, take back everything I said. I would still advise watching Teenage Bounty Hunters, but it was canceled after 1 season. Why do you keep canceling all the good shows? Yeah, they don't have a cult following, but the writing and the plot and the characters and the cinematography and the directing just chef's kiss. Is that just not good enough anymore? I'm so upset right now. It's fine, but we're gonna choose another one. Of course it's going to be a Netflix show, because Netflix literally owns my soul. But I'm upset with them. I'm so upset. Okay, let's do this. That one's a really good one. I can't though. We have to go with this. The Queens Gambit. You would be an idiot to think I wasn't going to put this on my list. I, of course, made a full Queens Gambit fun little parody video over there, and you can go check it out. But we're going to dive deeper into what I think of the actual show. Now, for the actual show, I adore it. Again, it's something that keeps you captivated, and they leave each episode on a beautiful cliffhanger, so it makes you want to watch more. The show follows Beth Harmon, a chess grandmaster, during the Cold War, and she gets to travel to Russia. She does all these cool things. This show caused a spike in chess sales. That's how impactful this show was to the world. And everyone has been calling it, you know, as you can see by all of these reviews right here, the best limited series of the year. It's that good. Hope it wins some Emmys because it deserves it. The cinematography, I have to give a shout out to the costume department and the costume designer, because if you look at each of her like pieces right here, they're all chessboards. The brain power you have to do to like think that big is incredible. And I give you so much props to that entire team who created the Queens Gambit. I don't want to do this again. Like, look at all these amazing shows. Yes, most of them are Netflix, and yes, some of them I haven't finished yet. Also, shout out to The Wilds, which is going to have a video on it, and also Tiny Pretty Things is also going to get a video your way soon. I have not finished watching them yet, but we're going to go with this one for my number 2 pick. Grand Army follows 5 Brooklyn high school students as they navigate their own struggles. And of course, one of the ones I have related to the most is Joe's storyline. If you want to go see that video, you can go click that button right up there. Just a trigger warning, I do talk about sexual assault. This list is very predictable for myself if you have watched my other Nerd or Chill videos, because this video I cried during while I made it, and I've never been so touched by a TV show. Yeah, Grand Army, there's so many words I could put into this little review, but I only have a few seconds. It's beautiful. And it's so cool not just focusing on one storyline where each and every one of us goes through a different struggle, and it highlights that idea. And like, it also highlights the fact that you have no idea what other people are going through and how they relate to each other while going through their own personal struggles. Everything comes together in a bow at the end. I love TV shows that are like, okay, here's the 5 start points, and then they all meet at the end, just in a chef's kiss. Just shout out to those writers. It was originally a play that was adapted for TV through Netflix, of course. There is a giant trigger warning for if you want to see Grand Army, and they do put those at the beginning of each episode on Netflix, so shout out to them. It's the same thing as they did for 13 Reasons. If you have any of those triggers, I would not advise watching this, or watch it with a friend. But this is one of the shows that absolutely deserves a season 2 because it leaves us on some of the biggest cliffhangers. I'm not going to talk about those cliffhangers because you have to watch the show yourself, but definitely my second top TV show I binged during 2020. Okay, now here's the big one. Look at all these options I have. Look at them, love them, hate them. Let me know what you think of them down below. But what I'm gonna do is, okay, let's exit out, because I'm gonna pull one in that none of you thought of. Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist on NBC. Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist had the biggest digital launch this year. Now, why does this show get my top spot? I am a sucker for musicals. It follows Zoe, a computer programmer who gets hit in the head and basically can now hear other people's thoughts through music. Like, it's these huge productions, big everything, while also struggling with her dad in the process of his final days. So it's very heartfelt, very amazing. The songs they choose and the actors and the singers and how beautifully they execute these songs and shows. Season 2 premieres January 5th, which means it's right around the corner. You have enough time to go check it out on Hulu and catch up, and then listen to the soundtrack every waking moment of your day, because that's what I did after it finished. I'm so excited because I don't know where they're going from where they left off, because it was a sad ending. 2020 has been a horrible year for so many people, but I just want to say I'm so proud of you for making it through 2020, and we're going to make 2021 so much better. Of course, if you know the zombies theme doesn't play with round 2, but keep your hopes up, keep being safe, keep wearing your masks, keep social distancing, because we're gonna make 2021 our year. I love you all. Thank you so much for supporting us this year, and I can't wait to see what 2021 brings nerd culture. Thanks for watching. Make sure to comment down below your favorite TV shows you binged during 2020, and maybe we can chat about it down below. And have a great rest of your year, guys. See you on the flip side. We did it. We did it. We did it. Ah! Yay, good job.